Jesus walked into a quiet field at sunrise, carrying young banana plants and a simple wooden shovel. He chose a warm corner of the land where rich soil, bright light, and gentle winds could help them grow. Before planting anything, Jesus knelt down and pressed the earth softly between his calm, careful hands. He removed sharp stones, dry roots, and stubborn weeds so each banana plant would have a peaceful home. Nearby children watched with wonder as Jesus turned the hard ground into soft, dark rows of fertile soil. He smiled at them and explained that good fruit begins with patience, preparation, and faithful daily care. Jesus dug wide holes, leaving enough space for the roots to stretch without fighting for water or food. He lifted the first young plant gently, protecting its tender roots from the heat and the rough morning air. Then Jesus placed it upright in the soil and filled the open space with loose earth around its small base. He pressed the ground with both hands, making it firm enough to hold the plant steady against sudden winds. When the planting was complete, Jesus carried buckets from a nearby well and watered each root very slowly.
Look closely
He
at the
poured
soil,
only
children.
what the soil could hold,
saturated.
teaching the
We must
children
use the
that
water
too
with
much
moderation,
water can
giving
also
the plants
cause
just
harm.
enough to thrive.
The afternoon sun grew stronger, so Jesus covered the ground with dry leaves, grass, and pieces of straw. This simple blanket kept the soil cool, slowed evaporation, and protected the roots from burning sunlight. Each morning, Jesus returned before the day became hot, checking every leaf for signs of stress or damage. He noticed one plant leaning toward the ground, so he supported it with a smooth stake and a soft rope. Jesus tied the rope loosely, giving the young stem room to grow while still guarding it from strong wind. On another plant, tiny insects had gathered beneath the leaves and were feeding on the tender green surface. Jesus washed them away with clean water and used a mild, natural mixture made from soap and garden herbs. He avoided harsh treatment, showing everyone that care should solve a problem without creating a new one. As the weeks passed, wide banana leaves opened like green sails and moved gently above the rich brown earth. The children returned often, amazed that the small shoots were becoming tall plants with powerful stems.
See how this
Jesus
old
taught
leaf
them to
blocks
remove
the
dead
sun.
leaves,
We
because
must
old
remove what
growth
is
could
dead
hide
so the
pests
new life
and
can
block
grow
fresh
strong.
air below. Nothing useful was wasted, because the old leaves would slowly become food for the soil in another season.
The well
During
is
a
completely
dry week,
The
the
banana
well
plants
began
won't
to
last another
fall,
week.
and
What
the
are we going to
villagers
do?
worried that the
There is
plants
no
might
water
not
left.
survive. Jesus gathered clay jars beneath the roof, catching every drop of rain that fell during a sudden evening storm. He also shaped small channels in the soil, guiding precious water toward the roots instead of down the hill.
Guide the water
The villagers
gently, Anna.
copied his method
Let it soak
and
deep
learned
into the
that
dry
wisdom
earth.
can protect
Like
a
this,
harvest
Simon?
Yes,
even
that
when
is good.
resources are scarce. After several months, small purple flowers appeared beneath the leaves, hanging like lanterns in the shade.
See,
Jesus
the flower
showed the
opens,
children how
and
each
beneath it,
flower
the
would
hands of
slowly
bananas
form a
begin to
hand
grow.
of bananas
Each
around the
one
central
a
stalk.
gift from the earth.
He protected the new fruit with light coverings that kept insects away while allowing fresh air to circulate. As the banana bunches grew heavier, Jesus built wooden supports beneath them to prevent the stalks from breaking. He checked the supports after every storm and tightened them whenever rain softened the soil around each plant. One night, strong winds swept across the field, bending leaves and shaking the growing fruit in the darkness. At dawn, Jesus walked through the rows, lifting fallen stems and repairing every support with steady patience. He did not complain about the damage, because he knew that faithful work often includes beginning again.
Well done.
The villagers
Quickly now,
joined him,
to the next row.
and together
This
they
one is
restored
secure.
the field
We are
before the
grateful for your
heat of the
help.
day became too strong.
Thank you,
Jesus
my friends.
thanked them for
your
helping
hard work is truly a
and
blessing
reminded
to this
them
field
that a shared
and to one
burden
another.
becomes
With
lighter
your help,
in caring
the harvest
hands.
is secure.
Soon, the bananas changed from deep green to a softer shade, showing that harvest time was drawing near. Jesus tested one bunch by touch, color, and shape, making sure the fruit had matured before cutting the stalk. He used a sharp, clean blade, while another worker held the heavy bunch, protecting both fruit and plant.
To the best
The
harvest
first
yet.
harvested bananas were carried into
Cheers,
the village,
everyone.
where families gathered beneath a large shade tree.
Go ahead,
Jesus
take as much
divided
as
the
you
fruit
need. The
among
harvest is
children,
abundant.
elders,
Bless you.
workers,
Thank you so
travelers,
much.
and families who had very little food. He kept no special basket for himself, because the harvest had been grown to nourish the whole community. Some bananas were eaten fresh, while others were cooked, dried, or mashed into warm bread for later meals.
We separate
Jesus
the sucker
asked the
carefully,
villagers to
ensuring
save
the root
strong
remains
young
strong for
shoots
new growth.
so the field could
This
be
is how we
renewed for
ensure
another
renewal.
growing season.
Yes, teacher.
He showed
right,
them how to
brothers.
choose
Move it
healthy
gently so the
suckers
roots
near
are
the
not
mother
harmed.
plants and move them without harming their roots. After harvest, Jesus cut back the old fruiting stems, making space for younger plants to receive light and air. He chopped the soft stems into pieces and spread them across the soil, returning moisture and nutrients below. The field looked quieter after harvest, yet new leaves were already rising between the rows with fresh promise. Jesus stood among them at sunset, grateful for every hand that had watered, weeded, lifted, and shared.
People
He told the
also
children
grow
that
through
people
steady
also
care,
grow through steady
honest
care,
work,
honest work,
forgiveness,
and
patient
love. A neglected heart can become dry, but kindness and truth can restore it, like rain returning to thirsty soil.
The
The children looked across the
flourishing
banana field
with dawning
and understood
comprehension,
that every
understanding
sweet
that
fruit
every
had
sweet
required
fruit
many small
acts of
acts.
dedicated labor.
Be
From
careful
that
with that
season
bunch. It's
forward,
heavy.
the villagers cared for
Don't
the
worry,
plants
we have
together
plenty for everyone.
and
Yes,
shared
a good
each
harvest
harvest
today.
with fairness.
Look
The banana
closely.
field became
These
a place of
bananas are
food,
almost
friendship,
ready for the market.
learning, and hope
This harvest
for every
is truly
family
a
who lived
blessing for our
nearby.
community.
And whenever broad green leaves moved in the wind, people remembered the loving lessons Jesus had planted there.